Hello there guys, right, we're having a little bit of a break from the Ducati game and we're going to have a crack on Rossi. Right, I did say on my playthrough on the Ducati that it's a lot better than this, and basically because Anubis left a comment saying he didn't know which one to buy, either this, the Ducati game, or Ride, because they're all on a super special deal. But I thought I'd re-download this because I was playing it a couple of years ago and I'd have another crack at it. So I've just jumped back into my old save and I was nowhere. I'm still on like the academy at the beginning and I'd sort of fucked it off because it was just too annoying and too difficult and I kept crashing. I didn't like the look of it. But I've just jumped back in. I've deleted my progress and started over again. All I've done so far is just made my character. I couldn't put my age in. It said put in your age. So I started moving the selector up. It got to 44 and stopped. And I was like, I'm 46. So yeah, you can't be old and play this game. So I'm now 21 on here. But anyway, I've chose my my little face and stuff like that. I've put my name in and everything. But I've completely reset my career because I'm going to do a playthrough on this because I had a little bit of a go. And I actually like it a lot more than I did before. And I think the problem before was I was so crap that I just couldn't do anything.
Now it's time to introduce you to the rest of the VR46 Riders Academy. I'll add you to the group chat so you can stay in touch with Valentino and the guys.
Rightio. Right, it does that a lot.
I see Valentino is already writing to you. It looks like you've already been invited to the Moto Ranch.
Yeah, right. Before we get into it, a couple of things I want to say. This is very, very different from the Ducati game. As in, you develop your riding skills. It's like you build up your character and you improve your abilities after pretty much every race that you do. And you can sort of unlock kind of perks that give you more experience depending on the type of race that you do. So it's more about building you as a rider. Whereas on the Ducati game, your rider never changes at all. All you do is get better bikes or different bikes and that kind of stuff. And you can tune them, although I didn't even look at that. I apologise about the noise. It's because the coffee machine is just about to finish making coffee, so it's making a lot of noise. Right, so I did reset everything. So we're going in from the beginning. So we've got to go into the calendar then. So everything else seems to be locked at the moment. But before we jump into the main part of the game, can I do anything? Can't I go back out? Return to start page, we'll do that. I'll just show you what other options there are aside of career mode. Right, so menu button. That's all we did before, isn't it? Is it going to force us back into that screen? Yeah, I think it is. Oh, it does. Right, so there are a lot of options on this game where you can do like historic events against Rossi, you can go on MotoGP and all that kind of stuff, but all of that is locked. You have to do this first. So you've got to come in here and do like the part of the career which is driving around on little scrambler type bikes, and you also have to drift around as well, driving in a car, but it doesn't support the wheel. I've just tested whether or not my wheel would work and it didn't. So we're going to go into the calendar because we've got no other choice, and we're going to do this because it's making us do this. So yeah, there is a little bit of fannying around on a little dirt bike at the beginning on this thing. We have a couple of options. They've all got... It's not so much the bikes have all got the same spec, it's me. All those stats at the top, look, they're my stats. So that's my rider at the moment, and they will go up after this race. So we're just going to jump in on the first one. And we'll do this first race, see how we get on. When I played this a couple of years ago, I was absolutely useless. I just kept falling off, and it was just not a very nice experience at all. But I've just jumped in there, I've had a quick go, and I came first. And I was like, oh, that was actually quite enjoyable. So I just think it's a matter of I've progressed in my skills on motorcycle racing games without realising that I had. So here we go, we're going to do this flat track in Italy at Moto Ranch, which is Rossi's favourite place. He'll tell you in a minute. It's really weird because Rossi talks to you a lot, but it don't sound like Rossi. It sounds like someone doing an impression of Rossi. And I think it's because he's reading stuff out in English, but you'll see what I mean when he starts talking. It's quite amusing. It just sounds like someone doing an impression of Rossi. Right, motorbike settings, we're not going to fiddle with those. We'll just wreck the bike. Session information, options. Right, we'll just go to track. You got a really weird riding position on these bikes. It looks like you're falling off all the time, but you're not. You've got to be very, very gentle on the controls. Don't brake too much. I tell you what, this game has got probably the best rewind I've seen on any game ever. I will do it now. Right, look how enormous this is. I've never gone on this rewind more than like a quarter of it, but look how far back you can go. It's unbelievable. I'm always moaning about the rewind not being long enough. We're probably going to go all the way to the start line. And of course, you can press the A button and continue from anywhere. That's incredible, right? On the Ducati game, the rewind is shit. It's so short, but this is massive. So yeah, I was very, very impressed with the rewind options, but the other guys do knock you off quite a bit on here, so you sort of need it. Anyway, let's focus and try and do well. Oh, I'm gonna. I didn't fall off there. I just gently lay down. Oh my goodness. Yeah, when I played this before, it was an absolute nightmare. I was totally shit. And I think it was a case of this is not a nice experience at the moment. I think it was a case of I was just slamming my brakes on, coming towards a corner. I'm barely touching the brake. It's a tiny little tap every now and then. I mean, you can probably hear the clickiness of my controller. I'm not even holding the throttle down either. It's just teasing it a bit. A lot of feathering action going on. Come on, get out of the bloody way, you bleeders. I want to win. I don't know what difficulty setting the game is on. I haven't even looked at that. I assume it starts off being on quite easy. As you guys know, I've upped my... well, you probably don't know, because not many people are watching the videos, but the Ducati game, I've now got it on the top setting, realistic. But the last 3 videos I've recorded on there are taking forever to upload, so there's a queue of them waiting. But because of that, I'm about to run out of space on the laptop, so I'm only going to be able to do one of these before... Hey, lovely jubbly, we've taken the first place. Right, I've got to wait for the other videos to upload so I can delete them off the laptop and get some more space. And then I can continue with this. But I'm going to carry on. I'm going to do the career mode on this and the Ducati game at the same time. And you can see what you think. I'm not going to download Ride again. I've got Ride 1, but I've got Ride 3, so I don't want to go back and play Ride 1. But this is a spin-off of MotoGP. Whereas the Ducati game is a spin-off of Ride. So if you've played Ride and you've played MotoGP, depending on which one of those you prefer, will probably have a bearing on which one of these you prefer, because they do feel different. MotoGP feels different to Ride, it really does. And the Ducati game feels different to this. And the focus is different as well. The focus on this is very much, as I said, developing your character. Oh no. So yeah, there is a significant difference in the game. I like the idea of developing your character, I really do. So I'm quite looking forward to playing through my career on this and seeing what we can come up with. Come on. Oh no, I'm rewinding. How many laps we got to do? I'll go about there, I think. We're on lap 2 of 3. Oh, okay. Quite a struggle. A lot of finger action going on. This is a bit different, isn't it? There's not many motorbike games that take you back to the roots in the way that this one has. But it does have quite a bit of, there's a bit where you got to do some driving as well. Well, not really driving. You got to do some drifting. I think it's in a Dodge or something like that. I can't remember. But it's like an American muscle car type thing. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it's a Dodge. But I didn't really like that part of the game. I was thinking, hang on, I want to play on motorbikes. If I wanted to play on a car racing game, I've got loads of those. I'd just boot one of those up. So yeah, I didn't like the fact that it forces you to do that. But it's not a motorbike game, is it? It's a Rossi game. And Rossi does that, so you're doing what he does. At the end of this, he'll probably talk, and you'll see what I mean. It proper sounds like someone who's doing quite a wooden impression of him, but not actually him. And I think it's because he's reading out, he's reading in English. But yeah, it's quite amusing. Oh, look at my... I'm getting... am I getting a bit of mud and dust on my rider, or was it just the way the light was shining? It's not bad, is it? The graphics look alright and stuff. This game is from 2016, I think. So it'll be the same time as the Decay game. They both came out the same year, so they're both about 4 years old. Now that we're not making many mistakes, I spoke too soon. We're starting to get a little bit of a lead. It's very sensitive. I mean, my turning is really slight. It's quite hard on a controller to turn as subtle as you need to. It really is a matter of feathering the controller quite a lot. You've got to be gentle. You really have to be gentle. Unfortunately, you can't use a steering wheel. I really wish you could use a steering wheel on these games. That'd be good, but no. I've got to say, this race has felt much better than the last time I played this game a couple of years ago. I hated it, absolutely hated it. I was like, that was a waste of money, and I was quite excited about it as well. I like Rossi. I was quite excited about it. I like MotoGP. Rossi's not my favourite by any stretch of the imagination. I'm a bit of a Cal Crutchlow fan because he comes from close to where I come from, but for no other reason. Or Marc Marquez, I like him and all. But I mean, everybody likes Rossi, don't they? Really, you've got to. There we go. Well, that went well. Right, let's listen to Rossi. Oh, hey, hang on. Why am I second? I was first. Are you kidding? I was first. Jesus. You cheating little bastard. I was definitely first. What happened there? I don't know why I did that. That's a bit cheeky. I was in front of him by quite some distance. I was in front of everybody. Alright. See what I mean? Look, my throttle management, my agility, my body position, and my physical condition have all improved. So my stats have gone up a little bit. Yeah, I quite like that. That's unusual on any kind of driving game to increase the stats of you. I don't think I've ever seen that on a driving game. So yeah, it's very different. You develop your own character as opposed to, you know, getting different cars and tuning them. I mean, you don't really develop. I mean, this is something that's really different on any kind of driving game. It's like normally you don't even improve your stats on the car or on you or on anything. You just drive different cars that are better. But yeah, to develop your skills on this, I mean, you do because you upgrade your car, don't you? That happens. It's kind of like you make money, you buy new parts, you upgrade your car. That's the way that you normally develop your skills. Whereas on this, it's a little bit different because you're developing your actual character. I quite like that. I'll see how that pans out. So I imagine now if I jumped straight into MotoGP, I'd be a complete and utter nightmare. But if I develop my character first, then I progress onto MotoGP gradually by working my way through the career, I'll probably be all right. Congratulations, you have completed the Valentino Rossi The Game Career Introduction. You can now keep on living your VR46 Riders Academy blah blah blah. Come on, hurry up and load. I like his the snowman helmet that he has. I like that one. Right, so here we go, look. Rider bonus. They're all locked. I don't know why it's even showing me this. Unlock it tells you at the bottom. Unlock conditions. Participate in 3 Moto 3, Moto 2 or MotoGP qualifying sessions with your custom rider. So yeah, look at this. You can unlock all this stuff. So braking bonus 3. Increase the experience points earned in the braking skill after every race by 50%. For each skill, only the highest tier bonus is applied. Bit weird this, isn't it? It's a bit unusual. Rain skills. Oh, fucking hell, I'm not going to be bothering with rain. Throttle management. Agility bonuses. So okay, so we've got the top one. They're all the same. So the top one is tier 1, the middle tier 2, the bottom tier 3. Do I have to unlock tier 1 first and then work my way up to tier 3? Right. Yeah, you do. So unlocking conditions. Reach the first, second or third position in... Oh, no, you don't. You just have to do this. So yeah, it's worth having a look at this and reading what it says you need to do and then going off and doing that, because this is giving you increased experience in these things. It's getting a bit fiddly, isn't it? And that means that whilst I'm just riding, I'm getting, you know, like bonuses, like 10% increase. So it's probably worthwhile doing these things first. I don't know whether I like it or not. I don't know whether I want to piss around with this nonsense or not. Anyway, let's get out of that. Right, my career. I think I need to floss. There's some darkness going on between my teeth. Yeah, I definitely need to floss. Rider bonus. Is that what that thing just was? Yeah, that's rider bonus. So rider skills. Right, that's the thing that we saw increased. So you can see that it slightly increases with each time we do a race. It tells you as well, so braking indicates the rider's ability to brake decisively. A high value guarantees a short stopping distance, whether in a car or on a motorbike, and delays braking until the last second. Rain ability to ride in the rain. Bit weird, isn't it? Bit weird this, bit unusual, a little bit different. So yeah, you got to be getting your stats up. So that's a bit different. Right, let's progress. I've got some emails. I can't be fucked to read that. You can read it if you want. I can't be bothered. There you go. I'll put it back on for a sec. If you want to read that, have a crack. So, if I go back now out of my career. Oh no, then I don't want. I want you to automatically save things. Surely it's going to save that. I'll say yes and see what happens. Yeah, now it's saving. Why do games do that? Why do they do that? You go to do something and it says if you do this, you'll lose all your data. So you go, well, I'm not going to do that then. But if you actually do it, it then saves. That's just stupid. Right, so now we've got all this stuff unloaded, look. So I've got the Rossi experience where I can do historic events. I can challenge him and all that. The Rossipedia. I have time attack. Multiplayer. It's got split screen. That's nice. My GP, rider skills bonuses. Okay, that's where I just was, I assume. We've got some options, download content. And then we've got MotoGP or VR46 World. So not virtual reality, Valentino Rossi, 46 World. So there we go. There's quite a bit of stuff in here once you've got through that first section. So let's go back into our career. Just make sure I've got some room on my computer. I've got 15 gig left. Right, I'm not reading all that shit. Pop into the calendar, see what's next on our list of things to do. Right, let's have a crack at this then, whatever it might be. What are we on? Is it a Moto 3? What bike are we on? Right, only race. AI difficulty is on medium. So let's have a look at how many options there are. Right, so it's exactly the same options as the Ducati game. Very easy, medium, hard. Or that said realistic, it says simulation. I'm going to pop it up to hard and see how we get on with that. We've got 3 laps. Damage is off, tyre wear is off. Yeah, that's good. Penalty timer is on and disciplinary flags are on. That all sounds good. We'll leave it like that. See how we get on with hard. If we're struggling, we'll pop it back down to medium. Rider aids. Right, so physics. Semi-pro or pro. So we got brake. We'll have pro. So auto brakes. We don't want auto brakes. Jesus. So our joint brakes are now off. Steering out is off. Tuck in, we're going to keep that on automatic. Ideal trajectory, we're going to keep that on. Quite often on the tracks, there is an option to go one way or another, and a little thing pops up at the top saying, oh, you've got to go left or you've got to go straight on, sort of thing. But I never notice those, and I'll make a mistake if there's not a big line on the floor telling me where to go. I'm keeping my transmission on automatic, and I'm keeping my wines on, so that's what we're doing. I like the way that we can increase the length. That's good, because that means that if I'm struggling to catch them up, but I feel like I could catch them with a bit more time, I can increase this, and that's going to be really, really useful. In fact, I'm going to leave it on that 6 laps, 25%. Let's go. And Rossi hasn't said anything yet. He spoke loads when I was playing it before, and I didn't progress through the game very far. Perhaps he's in a mood with me because I dissed his game. I kept saying this is shit compared to the Ducati game, but it's actually not that bad. I just think I was shit. I think that was the problem. The problem wasn't the game, the problem was me. But as you've seen already, it looks like there's a lot more in this than there is in the Ducati game. But I like that. I'm really enjoying playing the Ducati game. It just feels nice. The physics feels nice. I like it. Nice little game. It doesn't. There's not much to it. There really isn't. I think that most people that know what they're doing will be able to complete that game in just a couple of days quite easily, not a few hours. But this looks like there's a lot more to it. And did the Ducati game have a multiplayer thing?
Master Rio Hondo circuit in Argentina. In just a few minutes, the Moto3 riders will be gunning for victory in the second round of the World Championship. The sky's open.
We ain't got a voiceover, man, have we, on Ducati?
Your debut race in the World Championship. You must be pumped. Remember, if you need help with motorbike setup, you can use the guided tuning. Good luck.
I'm not doing any of that. I'm going with whatever the default is. I don't know, what's up with Rossi? Normally he talks, but not today. Right, we're leaving this as it is. I've got a feeling that my settings are possibly going to be a little bit too difficult for me. Where are we on the grid? Well, we're quite far back. Nope, we're not on that page. Next. Are we going to be right at the back? Yeah, we are. We're last. Okay, right. We're starting from. I quite like starting from last normally.
Riders on the grid at Termas de Rio Hondo. Concentration at a height because this running of the Argentinian Grand Prix will start any moment now.
Come on. I like my little bike. Like it a lot. No idea how it handles or anything. Right, so I've been dumped from my little scrambler thing into this. Oh, shitting hell. Oh. Right, okay, so I've got to brake a little bit earlier. There's a hell of a lot of riders on here, aren't there? You've got 34 people on the track. Have to try and start fighting our way through. We've got 6 laps, so plenty of time to work our way to the front once we've got the hang of it. And we've also got that long rewind to save us if we need it. Got a very itchy nose. Oh, Christ. Wow, on the Ducati game, you have to brake halfway in the red. On this, you've got to brake before it goes yellow. I should rewind that, shouldn't I? I'll spend this lap just getting used to the bike, the track, the driver line, the braking points. I think I'll brake about here. Well, that's too early. I need to build up my stats of brakes on bike. I'll ignore the line and brake where I think I should brake, looking at the... Christ. Oh, I've got... I keep forgetting I've got separate back brake, haven't I? Which I assume is the A button. I'll just test it on this bend. Yes, it is. Okay, that's good then. Controller's being very clicky. It's the one where the bloody triggers stick in. Why am I using this one? I should have picked up the other one. Okay, so that controller's completely useless. Right, I'm gonna use this one. Yeah. Oh, it's nice and cold. Ah, that's much better. Oh, we've done a lap already. Right, if I do manage to catch them up within this time, because I am miles behind, then I think that we want to be putting it up onto the next setting, because I shouldn't there's no way I should catch them up from all the way back here. So I'm just going to ride around just to get used to it, really. But if I do manage to catch them up, then I'm certainly going to put it up to the pro setting, whatever it was called, realistic or something. Because I'm still, I mean, look how far away I was from that apex. It's ridiculous. I'm still riding terribly. Not used to it yet. All in good time. Right, I don't know whether or not this video will be uploaded before the one I'm about to talk about, but I was trying to do that chase down thing and really failing, and then when I turned the video off, I'm talking about the Ducati game now, when I turned the video off, I thought I'm just going to get used to the track. So I started playing again, not recording, just to get used to the track, try and do the corners a little bit more, and I immediately beat the guy and got 2 stars, got silver, which really surprised me. I wasn't even trying. But I think that's the thing. It was just like I was just riding like, you know, I'll just enjoy this, and obviously by doing that I was doing a much better line, and I caught him up. 25.7 seconds it was. So 25 seconds was for the gold, so I only just made it, only just. And I actually fell off the bike not long after I passed him, but I had to maintain my position for, I think it was like 2 seconds or something. So I actually won it when I was lying on the floor because he didn't manage to pass me. But yeah, it was. I finally managed to get that, so I got 2 more stars towards progressing to the year 2000. I still need quite a few. I can't remember how many. Got like 11 or something. We're having a little bit of a break from that to play with Rossi for a bit. God knows where they are now. I can't see them at all. So yeah, maybe this difficulty setting is a little bit too high because they seem to have vanished. I'm not catching them up, am I? I need to tell me. I need a time to pop up and tell me how far behind I am. There they are. Look on the mini map. Well, they're not that far ahead then. Oh Christ. So yeah, this is like MotoGP, as in the driver line. You've got to brake way before it goes red or yellow. It's the same on MotoGP. The braking points, you look at the line and you think, oh, I'll brake when it starts to change colour, and if you do that, you're guaranteed to miss the corner and probably go flying off the track. It is absolutely shocking, the driver line on MotoGP. So this is a spin-off of that, so obviously they're using the same thing, whereas on Ride and the Ducati game, the driver line is much more like, the driver line's turning red, so put your brakes on now. So, a bit different. It's silly really, it should be like a universal sort of rule on driver lines, but there obviously isn't. You have to just try it and see what happens. So I've got to brake way before that line. Oh, okay, I broke a bit too early there. Yeah, I think the Ducati game feels better. Oh, they're down at the bottom, look, split time, 13.79 seconds. So I was hoping it'd pop up on the. I was hoping it'd pop up on the screen big in the middle, so I'd notice it. I'm still braking far too late. Yeah, the Ducati game feels nicer. It does. It feels more like I'm riding a motorcycle on that game than it does on this game. I don't know why. I can't put my finger on the reason for that. It just does. But also, what have I got the settings on this? The actual riding. I've got it on top, haven't I? So they're both on the same sort of level. It's just the AI that I've got lower on this and higher on the Ducati game. So this is obviously more difficult because on the Ducati game the AI is set to higher, yet on this game they've got away from me and they're set lower. But I do have my bike settings the same on the top option, minus gears and tuck in. Yeah, it's this just doesn't feel so much like I'm actually riding a motorbike. The other game does. I think you tend to I don't know. The other game feels like I sort of lose the bike a little bit. The back wheel sketches out when I'm accelerating out of a turn. The back wheel seems to sketch out a little bit on the other game more than it does on this. That said, you know, bearing in mind I'm not on a MotoGP bike, I assume when I do progress up to those bikes, the bike will be very twitchy and the back wheel most certainly will, come loose if I accelerate too quickly out of a corner and things like that. So what is possibly going on is this game is a little bit more sophisticated. So when I'm on a slower bike, it's acting differently. We'll see as we progress through it. Whereas on the Ducati game, you know, even the really old bikes that are dead slow were acting the way a faster bike might. So maybe it's to do with that. We're getting used to it slowly. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to compete at all with anybody. I just wanted to have a look at my times compared to their times. I wanted to get used to the bike, see how the driver line works compared to what I'm used to, and just generally see where my position is in relation to the kind of laps that they're doing, to see what sort of level I need the game set to. Based on my riding, I need to be last. I don't know, I need to be probably about 5 seconds, maybe 10 seconds a lap slower than them. And I'm a lot slower than that, so maybe I need it set down to the medium difficulty setting. So that's my test ride. Wasn't very impressive, was it? And I've consistently lost time on them. I haven't been catching them up, even though I've been slow. Oh Christ, I messed that up again. I've been slowly getting better as we've progressed through that little test, but I've not been closing them down at all. So the difficulty setting at the moment is too high. So that's good, because on the Ducati game, I think anyone who's got any experience at bike riding games, if you're very good at them, then the Ducati game is going to be too easy for you. It really is. I'm on the top settings and I'm still managing to win some races. It's a challenge for me, but you know what I mean? I shouldn't be able to win anything on the top settings. So this is better, whereas the difficulties go. I'm going to have to put mine on medium, I think. Yeah, the braking points in relation to where the driver, the line turns red, are completely different. Very misleading, that line, really. You should just completely ignore it. I was expecting some sort of animation, at least a head shake, but nothing. Right, so we'll restart. Yeah, I'm sure. And we'll change the settings to... I'll need to change the settings. Don't just bloody proceed. Oh, you're fucking kidding me. Right, let's see if we can compete. Alright, if we can't keep up with them, we'll just exit out of this. And we'll change the settings. We'll see how it goes. The AI... Oh no, they are going to overtake me. I was going to say they're just going to queue up behind me, but no, they are going to go round. We'll see how we're doing after a lap. I've got a feeling that we're going to be needing the lower setting. But I'm still not riding very well. I'm missing the apex of these bends. Quite forgiving. I think on any other game I would have fallen off then, but no, I didn't. Oh shit, that's terrible. Yeah, it's very forgiving with the collisions and the excessive use of the back brake. This isn't going to be one of those games where medium difficulty is too easy, but hard difficulty is too hard. That really frustrates me. A lot of games suffer from that, particularly Grid. Grid is terrible for it. One setting, you're just miles and miles ahead of the rest of them, and the next setting up, you're just miles behind them all. It's really frustrating. I know I've said this many times in lots of my videos. The game that gets that right is F1 games, because they have so many variations on setting that you can just you can change it a little bit, and you're pretty much guaranteed to be able to find somewhere where you are competitive, but it's not too easy. So yeah, they've got it right. But a lot of other games just have like easy, medium, hard, stupid hard, and you jump from one to the next and you've gone. That's it. Right, so this is going to be too hard for me. I'm dropping back further and further and further. So we'll get out of that. And we'll lower the... Oh, can we change it now in options? No. Right, we'll exit out of this and we'll change the setting down to the medium one, and that's what we'll be using for our playthrough until we get to the point where we're consistently winning by a long way, and then we'll step it back up to hard. So that is a very good sign for anyone who can actually play these type of games, because this is going to be a bit more of a challenge for you. It'll be a bit more enjoyable for you compared to the Ducati game, which I think is certainly going to be a little bit too easy. So go back in our career again. I can't remember where the setting was. It was like at the beginning, wasn't it? Before we actually went into the race, just after this section. I bloody hope it was. Anyway, I don't want to wait for a loading screen, then have to come straight back out. Yeah, I'll go and get my coffee. Move some of this junk. Oh, headphones. Where's that cable coming from? Oh yeah. Right then, we're going to try that again, but we're going to be going
to the Turnmaster Iondo circuit in...
Yeah. Right, here we go then. So, options. Right, is it in Rider Aids? Is that where it was? Right, yeah. So Pro Physics, Auto blah blah blah. Where's the other bit? We don't want that. That's not what we want. It's not in there then. Where was it? Motorbike settings. It's not going to be in here, is it? Manual settings, guiding settings. That's interesting. You've got rules in there as well. We didn't look in any of this. Session information. It's not in there, surely. No, that just tells you a little bit about the race. Where was it? Right, obviously not HUD, audio or gamma. Am I being totally blind? Right, I'm going to go through these one at a time. Physics, auto brakes, off. Tuck in automatic, ideal trajectory, transmission, rewind. Oh, you're joking me. I've got to go back out. Right, so it's not in here, obviously. Oh, I'm going to have to exit to main menu. Yeah, I'm sure. It's got to be in my profile or something, hasn't it? Right, it's 11 gig left on the laptop. Right, so where are we? Right, rider skills, rider bonus, rider customization, reset career, tutorials, videos. I don't think it's going to be in any of these. Oh, it could be in these options. Look. No, I don't think so. What's the control options? Okay, that's that. That's exactly what we expected it to be. Where the fuck is it? Why do I find so much trouble finding things on games? Rider skills. No. Right, it's definitely not in rider bonus. That's that 3-tier thing. Rider customization. It's not in here. Definitely not. I quite liked my helmet though. It give you an option of helmets that exist in real life. So I've got the Italian Nolan helmet, which I like. So that was good. So you could pick different ones, and not a great deal of customizability on your rider style. It's just like elbows to the ground, shoulders out, body out. You know, that's it. Whereas on the Ducati game, you could tweak everything, which was a little bit extreme, really. So all of this is like changing your style for that particular discipline. It's quite nice. But where the hell do I change the AI setting? That's really frustrating. Right, HUD, audio, gamma. Change profile. It can't be in there, can it? Oh no, that's that. Download content, racing. It's got to be in the career. I didn't go in here. It's not, obviously not in any of these. Let's go back in career then. Okay, right. This is really annoying. Ugh. There definitely was a setting, wasn't there? Because I was saying, oh, I'll put it on hard, and because there was like really easy, normal, hard, and pro. So where the hell was that? I thought it was just before we went into the race. I must have just missed it. I think the designers of menus within games, sometimes they really don't do a very good job. I mean, on quite a lot of games, the menus are in stupid places, or they force you to do stupid things. Like on Formula 1, the menus are different depending on... Yeah, shut up. The menus are different depending on whether you're in the pits or whether you're on the track. I want to be able to pause the game and just get into any menu. Like looking at your session, like your track time so far and all the laps that you've done when you're on Formula 1 2019, you've got to be in the pits to be able to do that, which is stupid. I want to be able to pause at any time and look at my previous lap times when I'm on like just a time trial. Right, so it's got to be in here. So we're not going to go to track just yet. Motorbike settings. It's not going to be in this, is it? No. We're going to go through every one though. Session information. This just tells me it's sunny. Right, we've been in there already. Sorry for wasting your time. I mean, I think it should be in here. It should be right here. Jesus. Right, let's have a look at our HUD options anyway. Track map, timing, laps, speedo. We'll leave all that on. I quite like rider names being on when they're real people. I don't mind that then. But rider names being on when it's just made up names, like on the I assume they're made up names. I have no idea. But no, that's not so good. Audio and gamma, that's completely pointless. Right, so I cannot find the setting to lower the difficulty of the game. And I'm pretty sure I've looked everywhere. That's really shit. I'm going to say go to track and hope that it's here, which obviously it isn't.
All the riders on the grid.
Well, that's an absolute pile of shit. I tell you what, I'm just going to have to rewind this this recording and have a look at where it was. How fucking ridiculous. It definitely existed, didn't it? It was definitely there. Right, this is the most frustrating thing so far about this game. It's very hard to change the difficulty setting. You're probably all watching this thinking, it was there, you've just seen it. I'm going to keep going back to the beginning. And we'll go through everything and see if we can find it. How fucking ridiculous. It's got to be in Mockeria. I'm going to go through the ball anyway. It's not in there. It's not in Time Attack. Not in multiplayer. My GP. Rider skills bonus. Rider customization. Reset career tutorials credits. It's not in any of those. I mean, you would expect it to be in here, wouldn't you? In your options. Control, HUD, audio, gamma, and profile. It's not in download content. Racing. I know I'm doing exactly the same as what I've just done. Motherfucker. Right, this is beyond frustrating. I can't start the race again and just have them all fucking leave me in the dust. How long's this video so far? Oh, we're getting close to an hour. We're on about 50 minutes. If I can't find it, I'm going to shut the video down. I'm going to find out where it is before the next video. And on the start of the next video, I'll show you where it is. I mean, I'm sure you guys have all seen where it is when I did it before. And you're thinking that I'm being completely blind and stupid. Come on. You're on 100%. Go to the next screen. That's enough now. You've been on 100% for ages. Thank you.
Welcome to the Turnmaster Rio Hondo circuit in Argentina. In just a few minutes, the Moto3 riders will be gunning for victory in the second round of the World Championship. The skies over the track are clear, and the latest weather reports are telling...
Right. It's not go to track. Let's go into all of them. Motorbike settings, guided settings manual, blah, blah, blah. Let's have a look at what this is. Describe the issue. What's the issue? The issue is I can't lower the difficulty of the AI. Oh, that's not an option. Manual settings. Let's have a look at this for those sort of people that like tweaking their bikes. There you go there. So you got a lot of customizability. Handlebars. Oh, I was hoping we got the ability to put a little little streamers and windmills, but no. Just the rake and trail. Right, so you got a little bit of options in there. Oh, hang on a minute. Look at that thing at the bottom, data. What does that do? Oh, okay. I've got no data yet. Oh, it's just saving things. Right, so bike settings. It ain't in there. And we didn't expect it to be. Session information. We've looked at this about 3 or 4 times now. It just tells me that it's sunny. So it's not in there. Options, this is where it should be, but it isn't. Oh, we went in there, didn't we? Audio options and gamma, it's not in here. Right, I don't even know why I'm coming in here. We know it's not in here, so we've got byte physics. That's pretty much it. So if the byte physics are not on Pro, does it appear as a new option? No, of course it fucking doesn't. Retire from Grand Prix, exit the main menu. Right, it's not here. It's just incredibly frustrating. I'll retire from this Grand Prix. I'm sure it just sort of asked me before I went in there. Yeah, no points. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We have been everywhere. I'm going to have to rewind the video and find out where it was.
The way you rode in Argentina shocked everyone.
Fuck off.
And to think it was only your first race.
Shocked
Now,
everybody.
A few weeks to rest, so try and take it easy. Before I forget, take a look at the chat. As soon as he can, Valentino will leave you an audio message inviting you to practice.
What are you talking about, woman? Right? I came last by miles, and then I just exited the race because I couldn't find an option to lower the difficulty setting. And that shocked everybody. Emails my career, blah, blah, blah. Is options different from in here? No. Yeah, well, I've done this race now. That's really, really, really annoying. I can't go back and do it again. I'm really sure that when I entered this race, it gave me that option. So what I'm going to do is enter the next one and see if we get the option. So we get to choose... Oh, God, we're back on these shitty little things. Perhaps I've been kicked out of the Moto 3 thing because I was so rubbish. Race options. AI difficulty. Right. When I restarted the previous race, why didn't it give me this option? That is the most annoying thing ever. Right, there you go then, guys. I'm going to close this video down now. That's where it is. It's when you first choose the race, but you don't get the option. If you choose a setting that's too high and you're last and you restart the race, you're fucked. You cannot go back and do that race again and change the difficulty setting. So that isn't a thing. When you choose it from the calendar, you can choose your setting. So I'm going to have mine set on medium, and then we'll see how we go from there. What a pile of shit. I'm not too frustrated. That's annoying. There we go then. Right. I'll see you in the next video where we will progress through the game and not spend half of the video trying to find an option to change the AI difficulty. It's only available when you first enter a race from your calendar. Fucking ridiculous. See you in the next one, guys. Take care. Bye bye.